I'm a person of many different dimensions and interests. I've always been that way, growing up as a child in Sacramento, California, and actually as a child of an Air Force military officer in England, where I was born. I've developed a variety of interests throughout the years. I was a professional athlete for 20 years, 14 years in the NBA, and also 6 years overseas in Europe. Played in Spain, Greece, Italy, along with the Harlem Globetrotters, which was a fantastic experience for me. I've been an entrepreneur and a small business owner for over 20 years now with the Donaldson Clinic, which is a physical therapy and sports rehabilitation clinic here in the northern parts of Seattle, Washington. I've had a tremendous amount of community involvement and interest over the years, giving back to underserved and underprivileged communities and neighbors, making sure that they can have a lot of professional services via our business that we have, but also showing that there are a lot of positive role models out there for the young people to emulate and want to strive to be like. So James Donaldson is someone who has all those many different interests and dimensions, and I continue to grow. I continue to develop new interests all the time. I have a thirst for knowledge. I have a thirst for giving back and helping those also, just as people ahead of me have helped me out tremendously. I'm a professional speaker, motivational and inspirational in nature. I get in front of folks and I really want to inspire them to be the very best that they can be. The name of my book is Standing Above the Crowd. It's success strategies in athletics and business and community and in life, and just really tapping into that potential that each and every one of us have to be the very best that they can be. Just as a person along the way with me, my high school basketball coach, saw the potential in me to be more than just a student, but to be also a student athlete, and to be able from there to move on to Washington State University, where I could graduate with honors, with a degree, and then also move on to other areas of my life. But that never would have happened without someone taking an interest in me and seeing the potential in me way before I saw it. And so I turn around and do likewise with my book, Standing Above the Crowd, because I know that we all have tremendous untapped potential, that if we just thought about it and if we just had someone encouraging us along the way, we can strive to greater and greater heights. Standing above the crowd is standing above the crowd, above life's mediocrity, being more than just being average, being above life's dramas and traumas and trials and tribulations and all the little scuttlebutt that tend to hold you back in life. A lot of people get mired up in that. And why do we let that happen? Well, if we teach ourselves to stand above the crowd, above the fray, that's always going to be there. That's just part of life. We will be so much better and be able to tap into our potential to go on to greater things that all of us are blessed with. We have tremendous gifts and tremendous talents that if we are taught properly how to tap into, we can stand above the crowd. Standing above the crowd is different from standing out from the crowd. Standing above the crowd is a lifelong thing. It's a long journey, and it will sustain you for a long time. Standing out from the crowd is a temporary thing. Anybody can paint themselves in their favorite team color or go down the street and just act crazy and out of control. Well, you stand out for sure, but maybe not in the most positive way that you want to. I teach you in my book, Standing Above the Crowd, to stand above the crowd and make that a lifetime ambition and a sustained. In my book, Standing Above the Crowd, I will teach you how to stand above the crowd. Success strategies in athletics, business, community, and life in general, all without having to be 7 feet tall. Success strategies really will enable you to have a sustained level of success in your life just by standing above the crowd. Standing above the crowd is so much different than standing out from the crowd. Anybody can stand out from the crowd for a temporary thing. You go to a ball game and you see people painted in their favorite team colors. You go up and down the streets and all kind of folks are acting in all kind of ways to stand out from the crowd. But that's not what you want. What you want is to stand above the crowd, above life's mediocrity, above being just average, above the trauma and the drama and the challenges and the trials and the tribulation that are always going to be a part of life. But standing above the crowd teaches you to rise above all those things and to make sure that they don't hold you back from fulfilling your tremendous potential that you have. In my book, Standing Above the Crowd, you'll see also a lot of examples that I use and I have used throughout my life in sports and in business and in community involvement and in relationships, how to continue moving on forward and being the best that you can be.